Okay, good evening, everybody. Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission, October 15, 2025, 6:30 p.m. To all persons deemed interested or affected by the Town of Barnstable's Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission ordinance under Chapter 112, Article 3 of the Code of the Town of Barnstable, you are hereby notified that a meeting is being held at Town Hall 367 Main Street, Hyannis, Mass. Selectmen's Conference Room, second floor, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, October 15, 2025. All public hearings and other matters anticipated by the chair listed below may be acted upon. This meeting of October 15, 2025 is being recorded and broadcast on the Town of Barnstable's Government Access Channel in accordance with MGL Chapter 30A, Section 20. The chair must inquire whether anyone else is recording this meeting, and if so, to please make their presence known. If everyone could please silence their cell phones or otherwise make them to where they will not interrupt the meeting, please. Just double checking mine. Commissioner Kay, would you like to
Aye.
do the roll call?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Okay, Perry Wentworth is absent. Conrad?
Present.
Kevin?
Present.
Laura?
Here.
Tom?
Here.
Cornelius?
Here.
Neil? Jack Kay, I'm here, and our chair, Cheryl Powell.
Also here, thank you. All righty, so we do have quorum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we definitely have quorum and a full voting. Everybody will be voting tonight. If you, just to also point out that Commissioner Doherty has mullened in on this, one of these situations. So everybody can vote. And if anyone else needs to recuse or anything, please feel free to do so.
Except Neil, I don't think you were here.
I was not here.
Okay.
Not, okay,
And
so,
so the Mullen went to Tom.
okay, so not Neil. And Neil, I'm gonna, just in case I go your way, just remind me, please, okay? All right, so, trainings, again, open meeting, or conflict of interest, please make sure that you've done that. And remember, there are 2 parts. Nothing on awards tonight. There's correspondence. If nobody objects, we'll take the correspondence with regard to the applications. So we have Charlotte, not our town council liaison, okay. First up is continued business. This is 473 Main Street Partners, LLC, 473 Main Street, Hyannis, map 308, parcel 084. With regard to a new structure, fence, and sign, continued from October 1st, 2025. Welcome again. Nice to see you again. Getting to be old friends. Lauren, if you can remind me about the correspondence.
Good evening, all. So we're here to review some of the proposals from last meeting. So why don't we just take it from the top? Is that okay with everyone? First on the agenda, you wanted to see I produced a sandwich sign which wasn't acceptable because it was fiberglass. So this is what I'm intending to use by your direction. It's a wooden sandwich sign, which you requested a picture of.
Excellent. It's wood.
Ah, better.
Much better, thank you.
I also requested the approval of the sister restaurant's paint job, which is a green and a whitewash that we have samples of. I produced 3 samples, 3 shades, as I said I would, for your selection and your approval.
Would you like to also maybe point out the different ones, because also for the camera and the people and the public,
Well,
and then pass them around? So
That's right. My eyes wrong. That's the lightest, that's the darkest.
That's great.
Yeah.
Light to dark. So those are the shades of the whitewash that I offered to submit. These are the shades of the building that will be also the sister building, just to remind you. You also asked for the couches and the tables that I was going to use, so I took pictures of all of that, and these are the same ones that are being used presently. So you can, Jackie, throw it on that side. That's the tables and chairs that are similar, mirror the ones that are existing now.
Do you have a set there as
Come
well?
on. I don't know if you have it.
Now, also on the list If I'm going too fast,
No,
you all
you're
right?
fine.
You requested, when the mat fence, we agreed that a cedar fence would be acceptable. So I took pictures of the cedar fence and also the color chart, which chip it's gonna be, which is just a white, flat stain, basically. But that is the configuration of the fence. It will be 54 inches tall. It has a 40-inch solid barrier and a 1-foot lattice top to it.
Sorry.
This is for the new section.
Could I ask the,
This is for the whole, you're replacing the whole thing?
Well, I'm replacing the existing presently.
I thought that was already ordered, the other.
No, you weren't here last week. The mat fence, the manufacturer just isn't making it anymore. So I offered a cedar fence and it was accepted or suggested that I produce what I intended, and that's it. So that would be painted white on both sides.
Can I make a comment on this? If this were to be on the side that you were originally replacing, the high school road side, that
Correct.
corner, whereas right now, it would be a low fence, it would be that, I don't know what you call that fence with the poles on it.
Page? That's
What is
page
the height?
where-
It would be, and it would be open to that area. This really is gonna close in that whole area, 54 inches. Is there any way?
40 inches of solid and 1 foot of lattice on top. So if I'm sitting in my restaurant at that table, I will be able to see the driver in the car at the red light.
You
That's how,
Okay, so it just looks kind of solid there.
well, that's an 8-foot fence. That's an 8-foot fence.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to point out.
that's just an example.
I'm
Sorry.
trying to see what a fence that you're putting there would look
May I
like to
make a
me.
suggestion? If it's
This looks
an
kinda high.
8-foot fence here,
That's it.
and it's, right?
I would say that,
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
just
thinking.
asked for the configuration, what the
So
fence would
basically,
look
we
like.
want to cut off the bottom quarter, something like that, on what it would be like,
Yes.
and then move it down.
Fence
It's a
the
four-
fence is this tall.
it looks, yeah, it's 36 inches along the side between the two parcels. And the front you have here is 30 inches, according to your site plan, correct? This fence?
30 inches or 30 feet. What do you,
Oh, he's talking about the height.
Well, that's 30
Is that feet? So that's feet wide, so, okay, I got you.
yeah. So the solid portion of the fence is 40 inches. This is 40 inches.
I guess what I'd like to do is see what
Yeah,
that
like
looks
that.
like on the side, because to me, it looks like it's gonna be covering all of that, all area that.
Again, that's probably a 6 or 7 foot fence.
It's hard for me to envision what
Yeah.
it would look like.
I just asked him for, I said, I need a lattice fence with this, and he said, okay, I'll send you a picture of it.
That's on the Main Street side? Main Street?
This is, he's saying that he originally was replacing the fence with.
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
he
It's
didn't
on the
have
side with the police
It'd be on the
station, right?
side, so.
Oh, it's on the side, okay.
So this is
Yeah,
all,
no,
the
this
side.
would be on the.
yes, it's on, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
on the
police
side that the public would see, so he's saying that this is 8 foot, his is only gonna be,
40.
40 inches.
Yeah.
So it's kinda hard
So you have to
to
drop
see
it
what that
down.
would look like,
Well, you have to remember, it's,
all the way around.
it's exactly the same size that you approved as a mat fence. And it's the same configuration, solid and lattice, exactly
Right.
the same, except this is cedar, so.
Could I, yeah, the fence itself is fine. Can I ask two questions? Number one, is this the same stuff that you'll be using in the VIP area in the new
Yes, the
building?
same couches.
That's what I'm
You
saying,
wanted to see
okay.
the colors, so I produced the colors and I also produced.
And on the fence thing, I kind of like, more a little bit, I'm trying to get just an idea in my head. Is it the same size as the one you have now for the tiki bar? That fence that you have there, that's much lower, correct?
Yes, that's a split rail. It's
Right, but
probably-
what's the height of that, do you know?
I'd say that's probably 40 inches.
High?
Really? That's over 3 feet?
When I walk by it,
The
it's
top of
not
the post
taller than
is,
me.
not the split rails.
It has yeah,
No, the top of the post is 40 inches. The split rail is probably 33, 34.
and it's gonna be painted white?
Painted white on both
Painted
sides,
white,
yeah,
okay.
of course.
So this is gonna be 40 inches all the way around height, plus the lattice.
Plus the lattice, that's correct.
And what's the lattice, 6 inches?
It's probably a foot total with the top rail and the bottom rail. And it's exactly the same fence that you approved as a matte finish. So I'm only substituting exactly the same, constitution of the fence, except it's cedar instead of matte PVC.
Let me just, I can maybe go back and look at the original proposal to see what it looked like.
Well, I'm looking at the application, that hasn't changed, right? It's basically, it's the same application
Correct.
that's posted here?
It's just a change of materials from mat to cedar.
Right. But on this application, I don't see a height of the fence anywhere. So I don't remember ever talking about the height of the fence. I remember us talking about the materials of the fence, but I don't think we ever talked about how tall the fence would be. And with that being the case, I think in my mind, I was thinking the fence would be the same height as the fence you have next door. You're telling me that's already 4 feet. That seems really, I don't think that's 4 feet. I think it's higher.
I didn't say 4 feet. I said 40 inches.
40 inches.
And that's
40 inches,
the top of
40
the
inches,
post.
yeah.
3.5 feet,
Yes.
Remember-
40 inches plus the ladder.
plus the lattice, right?
But remember, we can stipulate. We can say what it is, and if it's the
Yeah.
same as what was approved before, add this and that.
That's correct. That's what I'm suggesting is that you've already approved it, the dimensions that.
Again, that's not true. We approved what we wanted a new fence to look like. We've never talked about the height of the fence itself. I have my notes and I'm looking at what you proposed. That was never there. So this is the first time we're talking about the height of the fence now. So that's why we're just questioning that.
I don't remember seeing it.
Again, I don't mind the material at all. I think the materials look good, but I agree that we should make sure the height isn't too tall so it's blocking off, what's going on.
Because it's in covering the whole. And is this gonna be, this is just the existing part, not the
That's correct.
new part?
That's correct.
What is the new part gonna have?
Well, you'd have the matching fence.
Right, so he's talking about putting that all around.
Eventually, next spring when we, open the patio and so forth and the raw bar.
Corey, can I just ask for a clarification? When we approved the other one at the matte finish, was there a height on it? Because I thought there was.
I can't recall if there was a height
Okay.
specified, so.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Well, if it's the same application that it was before, I'm looking at the same the application that's attached to this. There's nothing on here about a height of the fence.
No, because you're looking at the application that he submitted for the raw bar. But we're talking about the
Okay.
The first
original.
one, yeah, back
Yeah.
in June or
Yeah.
whatever it was.
I thought there were, I would have thought we had, but what's up there is what we approved, so as long as it's not above that height.
That's correct.
Yeah,
54 inches.
which is the lattice on top of the.
Everything, total height of the fence.
I mean, the commission could recommend or just state that they would like the fence to match existing height.
Exactly, that's what I was saying
The only
before.
thing is that right now, there's a chain link. Ugly as it is.
Split rail.
It's terrible.
I get it.
You're being
It's a chain link.
gracious.
So if that is 5 feet or 6 feet, it's not really matter, because you can see right through it. So then it comes down and then it goes to the split rail fence there, which is there now. And you're saying that that's the height that this is going to be only in cedar.
Right, but it's gonna go out, I'm taking all the chain link out on High School Road, all of that's gone. This fence is gonna start, in that far, on High School Road. Go
Right.
all the way around the bandstand, all the way around.
Yeah, so part of that chain link will go, but I just
All
want
of
to,
the chain link will go.
well, yes, I'm sorry, all the chain link will go, but we're talking about that corner right now where it has split rail around. You can, that's really open and it keeps that area nice and open, you can see right through. And that doesn't look like it's like 40 inches, I think to me it seems lower, because if you walk by it.
So Laura, what we can do, are you okay with what's there at the moment? So we can say to match that
No,
height.
he's got a split rail there now, and that's not what we want, he wants to put, he couldn't match, he couldn't get the matte finish on the materials. So he's asking, we should do cedar, so he's asking for cedar, but I have a hard time visualizing what that cedar's gonna look like in that style around that whole corner, being 40 inches or whatever, with the opening in the top.
Well, what was the original fence proposed way back when you were first here? I remember discussing the fence, because
Yeah, I
you
did
wanted to
too.
get rid of that split rail, because it was
Right.
old, it was falling
Yep.
apart.
Yeah.
What did we talk about in terms of what that replacement fence would be?
I showed a picture of the fence and she
But
wanted the
in
matte
this
finish
style.
and it was voted on and that was it.
The commission wanted the
I'm
matte
sorry.
finish, please.
I think it was your proposal and the commission
Your
voted on it.
So,
Yeah, so that's why I think when you look at, I don't have it with me, so I'd have to go back and look to see what that image was. But I think the image itself looked like it was, you know, gonna be an area where it wouldn't be that high. But I don't remember the exact size of it. I remember we approved the style and the matte finish, that's what I recall. But I don't recall the height.
Well, if it gets down to a fence so low that somebody can step over it,
Oh, no, I agree, no.
I have a security
I'm with
issue
you. I'm
there
with you
that I
there,
have to
so,
maintain.
no, I got you.
I think that's just a lot of fence down High School Road, across Main Street, and it's up the parking lot too, right?
No,
See, I
This
think
is
we're
the
talking about
parking
two
lot.
different projects here.
I think we.
High School Road is done, that's already done.
Yeah.
This
No.
is,
No, this is replacing the
going
High
all the
School
way
Road
around.
one, because he
This is
can't
right.
find the matte
Road
finish.
one.
But the thing is, you don't want to have so low that people are stepping over it and going onto the property
agree.
without, with not in
No,
an
I agree.
appropriate
I
manner,
agree.
yeah.
So if it's 40 inches,
again, I'm now really confused. This application that is off of the agenda right now says this is for the raw bar. Says nothing about what's already up on the tiki bar. Nothing. That's why I'm saying there's nothing here that's matching what we're talking about here. We're
Because-
talking about the new raw bar.
Raw bar is the tiki bar.
No,
No.
two different places.
the raw bar's new.
The tiki
So-
bar is already up.
But Kevin, it's because when he came before us for this project, the new raw bar last time,
Yep.
he came and asked for permission to change the fence
On the raw bar.
on,
Yeah.
on the
No,
tiki
on the
bar,
tiki
because
bar,
he
yeah.
couldn't get the matte
Tiki
finish.
bar,
this is back in June.
Source
He
of
couldn't
that
get-
finish.
Yeah, he couldn't get the matte finish, so he's asking for a replacement, he wanted to put,
Cedar.
the plastic one, the.
I remember
shiny
us
one.
talking
So
about-
we said, no, we would prefer to have either wooden or cedar, whatever's worked. So that's why he's coming before us now.
Shiny fence changed to cedar fence with lattice.
That
Yes,
is for the
that's it.
tiki bar.
That was the
That's it.
last meeting.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
It was the tiki bar.
I believe you're the one that actually proposed it.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
But I thought this was on the
Raw bar?
raw bar.
No, because the tiki bar, he came
We
back,
haven't built the raw bar yet, have we?
No.
but he couldn't finish the tiki bar, because you asked if there were any open issues on the tiki bar before we go forward,
That's
because
right.
we were using the same, we've got the same reference for the new place as the tiki bar. So you said, are there any open issues? And we did, we came up with, we identified some. And one of those things was the fence. He says, I can't get the fence that he originally proposed,
That's correct.
which is with matte finish, white with matte finish. I don't remember how high it was, so we gave him alternatives to look for.
So
Which
that's what I'm
included
saying.
cedar.
I asked, is this gonna be the fence that goes down High School
And
Road?
he's saying yes.
Across Main
Yeah.
Street, and then
Just
it
to the
gonna
tiki
go-
bar at this point,
just the tiki bar,
Because-
not this?
not this,
Okay.
because he doesn't have a fence on the tiki,
So
on the
it'll
raw bar.
end on the corner of Main Street and going into the parking lot, and you have a fence going up the side.
Into the parking lot itself, no,
That's just gonna be all, just the bushes or what?
yes, yeah, there's already landscaping there on the sign.
Yeah,
that
that's
plans in
the
and
part
all
of
that
it.
jazz.
I come
So
to
the
you.
tiki bar is the part where he couldn't refine the fence that he
Yeah.
originally
That's right.
proposed.
Gotcha.
And we wanted to make sure that we were clear on what was going in there.
That's absolutely right.
So that's why, Kevin, it's,
I'm reading the minutes from last week to make sure I get it correct. And again, I think my confusion is, we're talking about two different projects in the same application here.
correct.
Which I think
Tiki
is,
bar and raw bar.
I don't think is a good idea. I think we should keep everything separate. But that's just, it's already in now, so that's fine. Okay, got it there.
No, agreed, because we just want to make sure that we're not making the
Right, so I
same
would have
mistakes.
waited on doing anything on this project until we got that project set, which we don't have yet. Now we've got two open projects that we're trying to get worked on. Under one
But this is the-
application, which is Tiki Bar.
This is the new project.
The raw bar.
That's,
So why do we even have pictures of this if we're,
That is the raw bar, that's the new
It is,
application. That
yeah.
came before us last meeting.
right, okay.
And we did, if there was any open items in the tiki bar, because there's a lot of referencing to saying
That's right.
it's gonna be the same as the tiki bar we approved. And there were issues with the tiki bar. So we identified open issues, and Willie brought up the fact that he can't get the fence that he originally proposed for the tiki bar. So
And
he's
then we
proposing for
proposed
something
cedar.
different. He wanted to put a shiny fence on there. We
Yeah,
said
I get
no.
it all, I just got confused when I.
Yeah.
when I
But
said
if the
that.
fence has already previously been approved as part and parcel of that very first application, and we're now just considering a change in materials,
Exactly.
I don't understand how we can reopen the issue of the validity of the fence if it's,
Because
If
it's
you
then
don't-
different material.
Well, no.
We're trying to approve a new material, it doesn't
Right.
have the height, can you show me what the height
well, that's
was
what
on
I'm
that
saying.
one was?
If it's
No.
just a change of material, then
Exactly.
it's just about the material, it's not about the height.
We already approved
If the
fence.
previous fence has been approved, and all we're looking to do now is consider a new material because of a hardship, the old one is no longer accessible, then I don't see how the height comes back into play.
Well, if we never talked height,
Yeah. we
if
never
it was
talked
never
about
mentioned, and again, I never remember ever talking about the height of this fence, just the material.
But do we have the decision from that time? I mean,
That's what I'm gonna go look
Yeah,
at.
recollection, this is a long
We
time
actually
ago.
approved that fence, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so if we approve that fence, then we probably should, I seem to recall that we did go over the height, but if we didn't, then we didn't. But if we've approved that fence, then we've approved it, so we can't, if there was a problem, correct me if I'm wrong, there was a problem with the material as you could not get and we didn't want the shiny one. So I think it was Kevin, I wouldn't swear to that, but I think it was Kevin who proposed the cedar. And you were then going to check into, and you came back on the cedar, which is what you're doing. So we're really, I think Neil's probably correct in that we're just dealing with the materials if we've already approved it.
Correct, but if there's still an issue with height that wasn't clear in the
Good point.
previous approval, that should be clarified
No.
currently.
Okay,
But
okay.
then,
So
but
moving
then isn't
forward.
that fault on us if the applicant has come before us? We didn't raise that as a particular concern.
Not really, if
It
it's
is
not
on-
stated in the application from the applicant, and it wasn't, the question wasn't asked then it can be clarified currently.
So we
So-
could stipulate the height with this,
Correct.
because it wasn't discussed before and it wasn't in the decision on the original.
And I'm fine with that. I'm just always concerned about establishing precedents where someone does get approval and then circumstances occur and then we use a new opportunity to kind of change the rules of the game a little bit.
We're not changing the rules.
We are because you got approved for that fence.
But didn't talk height. So for example,
But we
Were
still
you at the
approved
last,
it.
were you at the
we
last
approved the
meeting?
fence.
I wasn't, but I'm
Okay,
talking about a year ago. We
but I-
approved
No,
it.
you're not, you're talking about
No,
July.
you've gotta
when
remember
the
what happened.
I'm looking right now, the agenda
Right.
had July, I'm looking at August 8th, original application for the Main Street Tiki Bar. Submissions, the fence, the lighting, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
The rendering, that's all right here. So what I'm trying to now find out, and I'm looking here for it, is where is something that tells me how high that fence is gonna be?
Was
Because
it-
I personally don't remember talking about it.
Was it on a previous application with the height?
I'm looking at, I found the Tiki Bar application.
I don't
I
recall
did
it.
review
I don't
the
recall
previous
it, yeah.
application.
I don't
part of
recall
this,
it
so-
being on
No, I
the
don't
Tiki
recall it.
Bar one.
So
Okay.
if it's an issue, let's clarify it now, so
I agree.
there's
Yeah,
not
I
an
agree.
enforcement issue in the future.
I agree, I agree.
And he did actually ask for relief from it, even though it was a previous application. So what he could have done was submit a minor mod for that fencing, and then a different application for what he's asking for the raw bar, but we're trying to simplify it.
So
So that would, maybe that's convoluting things a little bit.
So he has complied with bringing it in cedar, so we just want to clarify on the height on it. And you're saying it's 40 inches plus the
54-inch max.
54 on top, because
Because-
the top part is the lattice.
What I saw there, I'm right on the sidewalk and have people eating and so forth. A 40-inch fence is not worth my money, to tell you the truth. It's not worth it. You can look right over on people, you can see, what shoes you're wearing at that. I'm right on the sidewalk. A 54-inch fence with the lattice on top, it's still see-through and so forth. But it still gives my patrons some protection from people and their confidence, it just gives them a little bit. 54 inches isn't all that much. We're talking this high. And most of it's see-through, like I said. This is 40 inches. Okay? Your contract.
It's
4'6" tall.
Yes.
But
But-
again,
But only
That's it.
40 inches
Yeah.
is solid and the
then
remainder
another foot,
is
so it's
see-through.
40 is 52 inches
Oh,
tall.
no, it's,
Is it gonna be I forgot, I think we brought it up in the first one.
54
Landscape,
inches?
Yeah,
54 inches.
it's not, it's 4'6"
yeah, that's a big.
total.
Total.
With
And
a-
the top part
With
is
a foot
lattice.
with a foot of lattice on top of it. Included in it.
And I think we never had really like a detailed plan like you did here, is there gonna be shrubbery in front of the fence?
Which one are you talking about now? We've gotta,
Yeah,
we've gotta
good point.
close one subject before we bring into another.
Tiki bar fence
Tiki
that we're
bar,
doing?
yes, okay, good.
Is there shrubbery in front of that fence, or is it just a fence right up against the sidewalk
The shrubbery on the other side of the fence is the town property.
on the town property?
That would be town property. I'm not gonna landscape the town property.
And we've never seen a landscaping sketch of what that's gonna look like.
Well, if that's town property, they haven't applied for any,
That's
what
town
kind of
property.
landscape.
I'm gonna landscape inside the fence, with hangers, the way it is now.
I'm just worried how it's gonna look from Main Street.
It'll look beautiful. Better than it does now with the page fence falling down, rusted.
We didn't say anything when we approved that first fence, it had to be the same height as the existing fence, is that right? That's kind of what's sticking in my head, but.
I would have thought we would have talked about replacing the existing fence with.
The same height.
Now, that's what I'm saying, trying to look at all these agendas to see if I can find anywhere where an application said, here's how tall the fence
I
is gonna
don't think
be.
we would have just approved the fence.
I don't think we would have just,
Yeah.
no,
think
I
it was
remember
more-
us talking,
In my mind, it was,
yeah.
we approved the fence as long as it was the same height as the
That's what I
existing
recall.
fence.
Which would not have been on the application because we would have brought it up. I mean, what is it going to be, and it was just a match. But that's my recollection. Same
What's
period.
the fix?
Sorry?
What is the fix?
Well, the fix is we stipulate same thing or whatever is
We
determined.
approve the new height if it's acceptable
The
in
height
town,
that it's
or-
not higher than
Can
the
I ask,
existing.
are there any height regulations for fencing on Main Street? There's none.
Not that I'm aware of, you can pull a building permit for a fence over 6 feet, I think that's the stated building regulation, but
So
aside
there's
from,
nothing in the
aside
historic
from
guidelines
fencing,
that say how high the fence should
no,
be.
there's, doesn't state.
We could put it in not to exceed 54 inches. I don't want a prison, I use the word prison, but I don't want it to look as though it's captured and to ruin
Exactly.
all the nice things I've done in there.
Exactly.
I need focus in there, and that lattice gives me the customers the opportunity, whether they're driving or not, to see the tabletops, to see the umbrellas, to see all that nice stuff in there. That's why I put the lattice on the top.
So how do people feel not to exceed the 54 inches, which includes the lattice on top of
Total.
1 foot?
That's great.
Same thing, total. As opposed to, he could pull for a permit for 6 feet, correct? He could apply for a permit for 6 feet,
Yeah, but I
yeah, so
don't think that's.
I would far prefer this myself, but. And he has come back to us when we asked for the cedar,
Well,
which will be painted. Yeah.
Yes, both sides.
6 feet is 72 inches, and he's only asking for 54.
Yeah,
You can
With
almost
the
step
lattice.
over if you got mad enough.
I'm far too rickety these days to do that. I need a ladder.
Well, you get mad, don't you?
How do people feel about that?
I think I'm okay with it.
Yeah? Jack?
I am okay with it.
I'm okay.
Yeah? Neil?
Can't vote.
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry. Thank you for following through when I said remind me if I ask you. Conrad?
It's fine. I'd like the split rail, to tell you the truth, but this is fine.
Kevin?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So we still have some outstanding parts like the whitewash. Oh,
Okay.
wait, are we done with that fence part?
Oh, yes, I believe we are through with that.
What about the whitewash? We still need to tackle that part.
But no, the whitewash is for the new project.
Oh, it's a new project,
We
sorry,
have
quite right.
correspondence
Yeah.
on the Tiki Bar
Okay.
project that we received.
Now, you did not receive that, right? The tiki part.
I did not receive anything addressed to the commissioners.
So
No.
Nora has received it.
Let's finish off like the materiality of the
Yes, I agree with you.
application
Okay,
first
fine,
before
let's
we
do
get
that.
on to
This is
the
the left-hand
license and
side.
entertainment issues.
That's the right-hand side with the elbow room.
So,
We have that right there.
The outstanding part on
This
this
is
is,
the rubber on the
You
other,
asked
the
for
left-hand side.
the site plan that he had
Of the Hyannis
provided
end.
prior to
Oh, yeah, okay.
placement of lighting.
Yep.
You wanted lighting
Correct.
placement on that site plan?
yep,
This is on the new project.
This is
Correct.
for the new raw bar,
All right.
yes. I'm not sure if he's provided that, we'll see.
Okay, let's see. Where are we? This is a plan of a rendering showing the lighting, the landscaping, the roller bar, and so forth. what has occurred in the engineering of this since the last time I was here, the grease trap for this project to survive, for me to even do this, is right here, right on that, right here. Now, for the raw bar to be over here, which is where it was originally designed, means that the drains all have to come all the way across the entire patio area, taking the patio up and so forth. So what I've done is, I've redrawn this and redesigned it for the drawbar to be on this side of the patio for drainage and engineering purposes, which I was not aware of.
Are we able to bring this up on the
You're showing
screen?
this, that plan is
No,
what we have.
this is just came up this week.
See, this is where we
This is,
get, this is where
We'll
we
need a
get
new, we'll need a
confused.
new one, we'll need a new layout.
Because you're not you come in and you give us a plan, and the last one was totally out of scale. And then you have other plans here. I can't approve something that you have a site plan there and I have this here. You have to
We don't
submit
have
the,
that one.
what?
We don't have the one.
We don't
that's
have-
correct. And these are public records. They need to be exactly what they're
Yeah.
supposed to be.
This is where we got messed up on that last one.
This project is scaled for the spring anyway. So for me to resubmit this and come back again, I don't have any problem with that.
Okay.
Okay,
That'd be great.
thank you.
Okay, all right, that was,
So can we agree that he'll come back to us with
Yeah, that's
the
fine.
size
Yeah.
scale?
Yes, and do me a favor,
It's a raw
please, make this separate. Only talk about tiki bar. So when you're talking about the fence, put a picture of the fence, put the height of 54 inches. So that way, everything's encompassed in this one application, and we're not going back to see, what did we do on this doing and all that.
Yeah.
You know,
It's just
and-
confusing.
And when
It
you
is.
go back there, and I think the commissioners should go down there, and, now we're gonna have, a 54-inch fence on the right side and a 54-inch fence on the other side. That might be a lot of fence for that area, and I think we should all, as commissioners, go down and take a look at that. I'm just thinking, I'm fine with it right here, but now you're gonna, on this side over here is where the tiki bar is.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna have more fencing over here. That's a lot of fencing, okay? And I don't know, I really have to go down and take a look at it before you come back and see it.
Sure.
Even what Conrad said, maybe you need, the lattice fence on the sides, and maybe a split rail facing,
Front.
Main
the
Street,
front,
yeah.
to make it a little more inviting. I just think there's gonna be a lot of fence in that area.
So Tom, you and Laura were on the subcommittee that went round and went on site. Are you still happy to do that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Is everyone still happy to maintain that?
That's great. Just bring a, what do you call it,
Step.
measuring tape,
And we'll
and
do
measure
it.
up 54 inches and see where it is.
What does Torino do? They're in a fairly similar.
I'm thinking the same thing, Conrad. I
they
wonder
have
what theirs
they have a
is.
solid fence.
Point of order,
It is.
it's not a subcommittee, it's a work committee.
Working. So, yeah, because I tried to look them up on the phone and I couldn't get reception, so I'm just trying to figure out in my mind what Torino looks like.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to measure it in my head. You'd have to go look.
And again, this fence is going right up to the sidewalk. If there's a little space, you said that it's gonna be left for shrubbery that the town's gonna do.
Well, the town doesn't do that, the property owner does the shrubbery in front of the hotel.
Correct.
So,
That's not the town, that's the hotel.
So I'm not gonna go across the front of the whole motel. I would just do the front.
No, I know you're not
36
going,
36
I know you're
feet, that's
not
all.
going across the
No.
whole hotel, I get that.
Yeah.
But I just gotta go down and take a
Go
look
down
at
and
it. To
take a
me, this is fine. This is the new one, the old one over here, I just, in my mind, looks like a lot of fence.
so,
Come on down.
okay, so, with working committee, if you're both still happy to do that, what are we like for our next meeting? How many applications do we have?
Not too busy.
Okay, and our next meeting is on the
Lily, I have a question.
November 5th.
Wouldn't it be more inviting if it was a little more open, like Tom said? It looks like a barrier wall.
Yeah.
I wanted to get away from that, and like I said earlier, I wanted to protect my patrons as well from, the street. Those streets are very, very busy, and there's a lot of nonsense that goes on those streets. So I wanted to give some protection. Women are seated on, close to that sidewalk area.
I think there's a
I
happy
wanted to
medium.
give, I wanted to
Yeah.
give them that protection.
There's a-
I would-
I can't do anything about the language, but I
There's a
can.
lot of sidewalk cafes down Main Street
Yeah.
too. The people are right out there in the open.
Yeah.
I think Conrad's right. When you go down there, if you wanna go down up to the street to Torino's and just measure that fence, see what that fence looks like, because I've sat there before and I think it's fine. So,
There's one other point I'd like to make. Those other restaurants don't have a stoplight. Everybody has to stop on that corner and hit that crosswalk on all sides. So everybody has a chance to see and also hear and view what's going on with my patrons. So that's another reason why I wanted to protect them, because those people stop. There's 20 or 30 people on that corner all summer long. That's a lot of noise, a lot of racket, a lot of nonsense.
That's a good thing.
No, they're on the sidewalk, they're not inside.
That's what we want. We want more foot
If they
traffic.
wanted quiet and peace, they should go to an indoor restaurant.
Just saying.
Since we've agreed that you're gonna be going back, what I'm trying to do is to put together a list of the things that we want to have addressed while you're there. One is the fencing, where it's gonna be separate applications that we know exactly what applies where. Lighting is gonna be one of them, yeah.
For the raw bar.
That's what I mean by separate what it pertains to.
Lighting and the landscaping is already on this plan, which I will submit for the next,
For the next meeting.
so
Yes,
that's all there. Okay.
and the scale, and so we can all have a look at it, please.
This is an important corner in the town.
Oh, yeah, it is, of course.
It really is, it's an important corner.
It's
Any,
become a very important,
And I just wanted to look, you know.
so just, if you excuse me 1 second, I used my iPhone with a measure. That's 46 inches. That's gonna be 54 inches, that's 4 feet 6.
Oh, that's
That's a
not
very tall
46.
fence.
But then you say, like.
Foot
The foot of it is
sill-
lattice.
From the sill to your hand is lattice.
Lattice.
Okay.
yes,
That kind of breaks it up a little bit.
it does break it up. You have to take into account that lattice is not solid. But,
You could also recommend, that instead of having a solid fence panel, you can have alternate, fence, vertical fence,
Yeah.
space, vertical fence to kind of break up the solid nature of the panel as well.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
that's not a bad idea.
With the plate and
would
the
look very
rail,
historic.
with the plate and the rail with the lattices, is that included in the 12?
Yes, included in the 54.
You can have like 12 inches of lattice, true lattice?
I would rather have 9 inches of lattice and to make sure it doesn't exceed the 54.
I'm saying make the lower part a little lower and put more lattice.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, go down, I see what you're saying. Yeah. We could do anything we want,
That's
like
not a bad idea.
Yeah, Conrad, that's actually
I
pretty
like
good.
that.
Like I said, that's fine, but, I'm not gonna have 2 feet of lattice, because I'm defeating
No,
kind
of
of my
course not.
purpose here with the traffic and so forth. So to go 14 inches or so, another 2 inches of lattice, yeah.
I like that
Custom-made
idea.
fence.
So we've got the fencing, we have, make sure it's clarified what is where for which application. Lighting, also a new layout to be
Which is
given,
on
that's,
this, yeah.
that's to scale.
Can I suggest, so he doesn't have to bring these bricks back in, at least we can
Yes,
we can decide what
please.
kind of a brick we
I
want.
tried to go there before, but we'll do
Yeah.
this first.
And you also wanted a specific something of what I'll bring it up with the tiki bar, because you wanted the materials that were gonna be used for the tiki bar. So I
They
did
should be,
prepare the list.
they need to be included in the
Yes,
raw
I
bar.
have that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll come back on the
Yes.
next year. Now, let's get to the
And
whitewash.
if we could also separate the materials between the two things, which is pretty similar to what you were just saying, so we know the materials go to which application.
Yes, it would go to the
Yeah,
raw bar.
yeah. Okay.
The only thing we need on the tiki bar is the modification of the fence, correct? So that's all we need there, everything else is good. And then, of course, the complete application on the tiki bar with everything included, separate
Yes.
from that, yeah.
Well, no,
Raw bar.
the last.
That's what I meant, did I say tiki bar?
You
I meant
did,
raw bar.
yeah, you
Yes,
did.
separate raw bar, yes.
An open issue on the tiki bar is still the outside TVs. When we approved the application, we only had, we had the bandstand, which had a picture in there, there was no TVs outside. And there was, big screen TV out there now.
Was that us or is that the entertainment license?
What we said was that we did not approve them being in there. Had we done that, it would have been a different issue. We had asked the applicant to find out what kind of licensing they
Right.
had. And so when I had inquired before, just last week, I inquired when I saw this coming back forward and didn't see anything in there. I had inquired with Corey, and I did copy you on there. Asked about had we followed up with the licensing board to see what type of licensing they did have. And Aaron came back with the fact that they had a non-live entertainment license. And so there was no, the TVs would have been.
I'm sorry, a non-live entertainment license?
Hold on, it gets a little bit more complicated. So I had asked the question back, non-live, I said, but I can't imagine he has live entertainment out there all
Right, yeah.
summer. So she did come back and clarify that the 473 Main Street does have an outside performing license, no more than 2 performers, but the TVs are only inside.
Okay.
All TVs should be inside.
Okay.
That's what the license is for. And as we looked through the, which we clarified for Aaron as well, that our signage says no videos, no, flashing, no live, nothing like that to be seen as any sign, but on the main street, we don't have that on.
And their
on the main street.
TV's inside the tiki
And the
bar.
TVs are inside the tiki bar and in the bandstand, so they are.
And may be seen from.
And they are definitely
They can
visible
be seen.
from
That's the key there.
there. So
Well, and plus they don't have a license for it, so.
they don't have the
it's-
license for it.
it's-
So when she came back with the final clarification, she did say it was 3 TVs and they are to be placed inside the establishment.
So if you could clarify the situation on that while you're on your travel.
Who's Aaron with?
Aaron is with licensing.
Aaron used to be
Aaron Lund.
working with us on the HHDC. It's the same Aaron, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
And so right now, they're still out. And then also there was, I think when we go there, we have to just make sure that there's additional signage out there. There's some type of a neon thing saying bar this way. So anything that we're trying to put out there, we have to just make sure that it's not, that it's something that's approved. So we shouldn't be putting anything with flashing. And originally, if you look at the original application for the tiki bar, because I asked it 3 times, and so what kind of sign is it? It's just a plain little open sign that had been there for 40 years, and that was all that was going to be there. So there is some other signs on there.
Does Torino have outdoor? I think Torino has a number of outdoor TVs. I've watched football there many times.
There are
Then they
quite a
should
few
not be.
places with outdoor TVs, big windows there, you can watch TV from on the other
But
side
they're
of the street.
inside, they're inside.
Not Torino's,
inside
it's in the.
Then Torino's is in violation.
Well,
That's
again,
part of our problem here. We've got
they may have
inconsistent-
gotten the license, we don't know that,
Well,
but
They should.
it didn't
they
come here,
can't.
right.
They would have to come to us to get the license for that, and we wouldn't approve outdoor TVs. We've got a lot of them doing that, so that's why the ones that have them inside, you've got other establishments on Main Street that accommodate that. They have them inside, and the patrons can still use the outside patio, and they can still have outside music and such. So we just need to go through that and clarify that with you, Lily, because there are some more flashing signs going on the property too. And I know what you're trying to do, but we've got to try to do it the right way so that you're able to do what you need to do to get the patrons in, especially this time of year. But there's ways to do it that can be in compliance with the Historic Commission. And, we have recognized that there are violations up and down Main Street. So just because somebody else does it doesn't mean it's okay. We've been trying to get that under control, but it's a process, so.
And if I'm not mistaken, for Torino, because I understand what you're saying, I think they're higher up under the dome, that I don't know if you can see them from driving by. So that's my thought.
The problem too is you can't have them because imagine if everyone had TVs all on Main Street with going on. They'd have to still get approval for that.
No, I understand, but I'm saying maybe the reason why it was allowed, if it's higher up in the dome and you can't see it from Main Street, it's not, maybe that's the reason why.
That's why I asked that question.
Right, yeah.
Can they be seen or not?
Yeah, take a look.
Yeah, take a look. It's on the list.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anything else to put on this?
On the
list?
whitewash, I'm fine with medium or light. I think the heavy is too heavy. So I'm fine with medium light, whatever you guys think is best.
I think the
I'm gonna
medium,
have a look, I can't see them from there.
the light looks too light.
Yeah, I like the medium too.
Yep, I like the medium as well.
Would you use a gray mortar or
Sorry,
would you use a gray mortar with the bricks?
gray?
It's already on there.
No, border. Where would the border be then?
Mortar.
Mortar, I'm sorry.
They're already on the
Oh,
building.
this isn't a new wall?
No,
No, no, no.
Oh,
It's an existing brick wall
Oh, okay.
that he wants to paint.
Since we're on the whitewash at the moment, does anybody have a problem with my doing all the walls?
I
Around
think
the
we
whole
have to know
building?
where
No, I think that's be great. In fact,
Because you suggested that.
passing by your place today, I'm like, why is this brick on this side? Yeah, I think the whole thing should be
You've
whitewash.
suggested it before, so,
Yeah.
you're
On the tiki bar with the whitewash is the darker one though, isn't it?
Yes.
in between the two on the end, let's put it that way. So what I would like to do is, to Kevin's suggestion as well, is to do both all the way around the building.
I think
It
we
really
should.
would look better.
And consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
And I agree. I think that, again, middle or light, so I'm fine with middle.
How do we feel about that? Because bear in mind, that's not on the application.
No,
We'd
I
have to-
would
we'd have
say
to
leave
adjust.
it, I leave the tiki bar in the front the way it is, and let's do the raw bar the way it is. That would be my suggestion, and not covering any more brick up.
But if
Commissioner?
the applicant, if the applicant wishes to do that, you can submit a modification to
Yes.
that
Right.
original.
Can we get it done now?
Which you
Well,
could
no,
bring, which you
like
could
this-
bring at the next one.
Since you're going to bring the tiki
Continue.
bar back up with the fence
Yeah.
modification, put your modification of doing the whole building with the medium,
That's what I would
and
just
then
say
we,
to him,
and then we can say up or down.
And I think I wanna look at it too.
Well, you're gonna be going there beforehand.
But you need to have a public hearing on that.
I know, but the thing
Yeah,
is-
right now, it's
gonna
like
look at it.
well, right now it does. It's whitewash, and the other side is the red.
Yeah, so
It
but
doesn't
you're
look
gonna
consistent.
have this on the tiki bar.
Yeah.
You have this, gonna have this on the raw
They're
bar.
100 feet apart.
And then this is gonna be around the sides. I gotta take a look at it. To me,
Yes,
I
so-
didn't like the idea of the whitewash on, period.
So-
I like the red brick.
What I'm gonna say is, because you're going to go make a visit there to clarify everything before the next meeting, and thank you very much, if you could have a look at that as well. By looking at that, I prefer the middle one, but if we're gonna talk about different here and different there, if you guys could have a look at that. And when you come back next time, you can, discuss how that might be added to
Looking at
it.
it, we might have to match what's on the,
Yeah, and I just think a public hearing is needed, because a lot of people were not happy with what was the final result.
So just to be clear, the middle is fine with everybody, is that correct?
I think we should.
So can I paint the building tomorrow?
You wanted to have a look at it first,
I
right?
think
Well,
let's take a look at it.
2 weeks is, 2 weeks is 2 weeks.
Because it's suddenly gone to a much wider scope, so I think we need to clarify that and have a look at it.
Well, I was here last week and asked for it. So now I'm here 2 weeks later.
But you didn't have the samples.
Correct.
With all due respect, I think it's just been a very, very confusing process from step one. And a lot of things that should have been in the original wasn't. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we try to fast track it so you can get open for the summer. And that's our fault as a committee. I'll take responsibility. We should have been, even if it was like, you're gonna have to wait a couple more weeks or whatever, we should have made sure all our ducks were in a row first.
Agreed.
And then in the raw bar, we're going down that same path, and I think we
Right.
wanna just stop it.
Yeah.
And make sure we get everything right and in paper and again, because these are public records. This is what we're voting on, this is what we're approving or not approving. So I think that's where we want to start, back at the beginning.
And as you pointed out, some of the things were not in there and some of the things
Yeah.
were not to scale to begin with. And so we always try to work with the applicant to help things to make it work. So that's what we're trying to do.
One complete proposal on a
Yes.
sheet in front of us, and let's do everything at one time. And instead of doing a little piecemeal, doing the whitewash now,
Yep.
the fence now, and,
I agree.
no, that's where we got in trouble last time.
Yep.
So are there any other things we want to add to this list before we tackle what we want to do?
Just read it again.
Well, what I've got is, this is just bullet points, but Karen has the big point, and I'm sure Corey does too. The fencing, to be clarified and where it is and what it is, separate application, what applies where to different part. Lighting to scale, an actual thing that everyone can have and look at, to
That's
know
the
where
raw
it is.
bar.
Yes, and again, what it applies to be specified. The outside TVs, the situation there to be clarified. Thank you, Laura, for checking on most of that. And also to now have a look at another thing that's been added on, and that is doing all of it, and where that would be and what's proposed.
And one more quick
Is that the
thing.
rub bar that you just said?
You said you wanted to do the whole thing, so if it's the whole thing, then to define what the whole place is that you want done and which way you want it.
Oh, the position of, yeah,
Yes,
the movie,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's here, yeah.
Okay.
And one more quick thing, on
Sure.
these new applications, all of these pictures, all of these, the wooden sign, all of it should be on that application. So
Yes.
that way it's all on one thing, so that way we know. I know you've given this to us now, but I don't want it to happen like this time where there's a new application submitted, but it's the same stuff, there's none of this new stuff. We need all of the new stuff all with it as well.
Okay, please. I agree with that. Are you okay with that?
Are the sandwich units approved?
What?
The sandwich units?
The A-frames, I call
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is fine.
Nothing's approved
Nothing.
until you have a certificate of appropriateness, so
Correct.
nothing's approved.
So, excuse me, Kevin said a new application. So are we
Meaning-
doing a whole new application?
He should, for the raw bar should be like he's starting fresh with all of these new pictures, because he's moving the raw bar now to the other side. We're
Good
talking
point,
about height of
good point.
fencing and all that.
It's moved.
I'm just curious as to how that's gonna work, because he already has an approved application, a decision, I should say.
Yes, he does.
So if he's gonna change anything
Good
that's
point.
in that decision, that's a minor modification, which is very simple. You do have a public hearing, you did one. And then the raw bar is coming in as a new application?
No, he was just stating that all of the missing information for the raw bar needs to be included for the next meeting.
If it's a minor modification, if that's what you're calling it
So
legally,
we're not gonna go backwards with
No.
that first decision.
Well, we already have a decision on the.
Which one are we talking about?
You have
Yeah,
tiki
decision
bar
on
that
the tiki
everybody
bar.
approved, you
Yes.
guys should have continued it. But everybody approved it, that's a decision, that's all good. Anything that's changing per that first decision has to come in as a minor
Tiki
modification.
bar
Exactly.
modification,
Yes.
yes,
Like for instance, the fencing.
yes.
Right.
the
raw-
TVs, the neon sign.
The signage.
Neon sign's done, yeah.
Yeah, neon sign, I think it's done.
So I just wanna make sure, because he's got a lot of, if he has to do a whole new one, but Corey, you're saying no, he's gonna come in with the stuff needed for the raw bar application?
Yeah, he just needs to fill
That
in.
I have the list for, all that.
Yes, correct.
But he also has to have all the materials for that as well, and not just as a handout, is what Kevin is saying.
Yeah, that's why I said new, and if you can't do it that way legally, that's fine. But this next modification he brings in needs to have all of this stuff that this one doesn't have.
Yeah.
He's actually moved the whole tiki bar, and there's nothing on that that says it, no application. So he's gotta submit the new plan.
Yeah.
You know, the lighting, the furniture that he gave us pictures of today.
Which look great, but.
Yeah, which look great,
still
but
need
they're
it.
not part of the application. All of that needs to get in.
Why
And
can't we
also-
just call that a supplemental submission?
Whatever you
It's a
guys wanna call it.
modification,
I'm just
minor
telling you,
modification.
we need to have it.
Modification, because we didn't have a full plan, full thing to look at, it's not a
I
minor.
think one of the confusing parts is things keep being added on, like can we do all of it? And then it's like we keep adding and it's
And
trying
you're
to.
integrating with that first decision.
And we're integrating
Yes.
it with the
So
first.
that's
So let's
making
have
it
it, let's
difficult.
fix it, let's,
Yeah,
and let's,
let's get it
we
right.
have November the 5th. And thank you so much for working with this on it. We are trying very hard to make it work for you. And we appreciate all the things that you're trying to submit. But if we can please work with planning, with Corey and with Karen, so that we can make sure that everything is on it that we've had here and we've identified tonight, so that we can go. I also find it very confusing when we bounce from, like the tiki bar to the, and all that. If we know what applies to what. I personally, I think, the middle brick, I think we were all saying, so I think we're almost there, but let's see if we can get this done for you.
Like I said, thank you for this, because, this project's been moving very quickly. And it's because of the growth of it and so forth and so on, and it's, it's moving. There was a big piece that wasn't developed initially, but it seems to blend into it. It's been vacant. It would look better if I took over the other one. The corporation wants me to get behind it and doll it up for them, so forth. So, this thing has been moving very quickly. So I do appreciate it, but again, I'm not privy to your systematics
Of course.
of this and that. So I think, we'll just come
We're
in
trying
and
to
just move
keep up
along.
with you.
I'm used to dealing with contractors like Jack, they come in and here's the plan and change this, a few, modifications here, okay, hey, it looks good, let's go.
I think I can speak for all of us. We want you to have two very successful businesses
Yes,
there.
absolutely.
And we
And
just
I know
want to, we just want to make sure that it crosses all the Ts, dots all the Is, and that we're all, everything's great, so.
That's right. And if you could,
Yes.
if you could coordinate through planning with Laura and Tom, and they'll come around and they'll have the list as well. And so that we can go bing, bang, boom on a
Yeah,
lot
I
of this
think
at the
that
next
will
one. You're both gonna be going out to the site. Is there any questions you have on that?
No.
Either one of you?
Nothing that can't be handled outside.
Okay, I just didn't know if you wanted it now. Again, thank you for working with us on it.
Like I said before, on my last visit, I don't love coming here, but I do like coming here. I do like it. You weren't here last time.
We can keep you coming back.
Don't like me that much. Don't like me.
I would
We
make
do
a-
like to accommodate our applicants, so don't say how much you love coming back.
So I would like to make a motion that we send out the working committee to go to the facilities to take a look at the areas we've spoken about that we have listed, and that we move the continuation of this to the next meeting so we can get back to it again.
On November 5th.
November
And
5th.
with that amendment, I'm
Yes.
happy to second that.
Are you gonna give me an update?
We need a vote on that, so Jack, would you like to carry that one out?
We can vote on it.
Tom,
Aye.
Thank you, sir.
Kevin,
Aye.
Conrad,
Aye.
Laura,
Aye.
Neil,
Aye.
and I say aye, and Madam Chair?
Aye.
Thank
Neil can tell.
Oh,
Neil can't vote. He withdraws.
Take his eye back.
It's just a procedural motion.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true, that's true.
He's just practicing.
It's the lawyer coming out now.
And you're gonna give me the rundown, right? Follow.
I am, I'm just gonna go over one thing with Corey.
And please,
I
please
think we need
do
to
coordinate
separate
it
it
so
more.
that, separate
Yes,
them.
agreed.
And so that we can get all the points dealt with next time and get this taken care of.
Plenty of time. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Anybody want to buy a bid on those bricks? No, no bidding?
Do you want to take them with you?
I'll take them with me. Excuse me there.
Or do we want to store, we don't store them here? right?
No.
Okay.
No.
That
Go to
was
Karen's
really-
office.
a really fast, you
No.
don't need your paperweight?
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, drive carefully. Okay,
Oh, wow.
well done.
Tiki board?
Hold on, let's take you off.
All right, so,
You guys got the patience of Job.
next.
Very
Next up is Cape Cod Maritime Museum, 135 South Street, Hyannis, map 326, parcel 061, with regard to installation of a sculpture. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome. Thank you for bearing
Thank
with
you.
us for the last hour.
That will go,
Being
it was
very
interesting.
patient.
I hope that this is not as confounding,
Me too.
but, yeah, I only have one issue. So, thank you very much, I'm Sue Lonergan from the Cape Cod Maritime Museum. Could you just sign in for yourself? Sure.
Oh, yes, please. I thought you had it.
Sorry. Sorry, I was following.
Anything that's not there on address, like reference number, map, or parcel, we can fill in. We know where you are.
Thank you. I hope all of you have visited the museum, and if not, then please do come. This has been a very busy year for us. I joined the museum a year ago, and we've made a concerted effort to really boost the visibility of the museum, and we have improved a lot of the programs that we've offered, and actually the visitation this year, both from local and from visitors, has increased. Our summer camp program for the kids, last year we had 84, this year we had 163.
Wow.
Nice.
And that went from a half-day program to a full-day program. The youth boat building programs, right now I have 8 middle school kids there for 10 Saturday mornings from 9 until noon. this is the second program that we've done for the year. So the museum itself is really gaining a lot of visibility and participation. And so what I had proposed here is that I think all of you may be familiar with the giant sculptures throughout Sandwich that you see.
Yes.
So I had reached out to Michael Magyar to see if we could consider a sculpture for the front of the museum. And there are some diagrams here. What we have proposed, what we're looking at is our logo, and what we use in all of our materials is of our 1886 catboat, Crosby catboat, very familiar to the Cape, which was built at the museum. And what we're looking to do is to replicate this in the front lawn of the museum. It would be 14 feet high on a 10-foot base. The lights would be stationary, not blinking. There would be very subtle lighting where the sail would be outlined in white. The boat itself would be a pale yellow. And at the very base of it, where it's red, we would try to keep very similar to what we have used throughout all of our materials. I would propose that it would be lit through the winter months from the 1st of November until early in March, although I would consider or could come back and ask for permission to keep it lit all year long, as it had been suggested to me by a few people. It's a great beacon for the museum. It's also a great beacon for the Hyannis Harbor. As you come around on South Street, there really is very little lighting there, as it's compared to Main Street, Ocean, everything that's going on, and it becomes a very dark corner. So I think that this would just continue to boost that visibility.
I think it would draw people to the.
I do too.
It's a
Tourist
dazzler.
attraction.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Would you be able to
Why
see
would-
it from the harbor?
Why would you not light it? Why wouldn't you light it year round?
Good question.
I'm open to lighting it year round. It was suggested to me that perhaps I should come in and just limit it for the darker winter months. But there is so much going on with the individuals coming from Main Street and Ocean Street that being able to see that year round through the summer, I think would be a good idea.
I think, because it does suggest that you would consider our approval maintaining the lit sculpture throughout the year in the application.
Right.
Does it block the view for anything? I mean, it's 14 feet high and 10 feet on a base.
It's an outline.
It's just an
So
outline.
it's not,
Just
it's
an
not
outline.
solid,
Okay.
it's just, right.
Gotcha, okay. That's what I wanted to clarify.
Are there any residences directly across the street from you?
There are.
They're
Would they be
just
affected
the
by
outline is.
kind of lighting every night?
That's kind of what I was
That's-
getting at.
yeah. I mean, again, it's not solid,
It's like
it's an outline.
And there's so many streetlights up, in
Right.
that area too. There's a little apartment building across.
There is a
across the
little
street.
apartment building, right?
But I don't think.
Barnstable housing is there, right?
Right, yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
all trees
At
there
the corner,
anyway.
right.
If there was, could these lights be dimmable? If there was an issue with someone saying, hey, that bright light's in my house, in my living room, in my bedroom, could they be dimmed?
I don't know that the lights could be dimmed. I don't think they manufacture outdoor lighting like
A
that.
little dimmer switch on.
I think
Yeah, well, that's right, I didn't know if there was.
Just said it with you.
But we can certainly look for it. I don't want it to be too bright, but I want it to be bright enough to be visible.
Sure.
And there's enough lighting, as you stated, with the street lights there, that this would not be as bright as a street light. And I would not, some of the examples that you see are very colorful. This, again, would be just a white outline of the sails. The color would be at the bottom where the red part of the lower part of the boat and where a little bit of a wave would be. So it will not be garish.
And what are the hours? You said that like from dusk till whatever.
Right now, we have a light on the flag at the top of the ship's mast, and it's solar. So it comes on and off depending on the light outside.
So would it be on all night?
It could be. It would be. unless I was asked to not have it on all night.
I think the
I
ones in
could
Sandwich,
certainly
the ones
put it
in
on a
Sandwich are
timer.
on. I don't think those ever go off, because you can see them all.
I mean, when you think of Main Street and Ocean Street, all of those lights at the holiday time, it's all lit.
Yeah,
that's
good. I have no problem with that.
I'm gonna bring up something that maybe, I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Sure.
I like your project. I like the Crosby boat. I think that's gonna look really, really nice. Is this public art and public sculpture that we haven't finalized yet with these new regulations?
This came up in a matter earlier, and we actually asked legal on that. So I'm gonna ask Corey to please clarify what came back to us on the type of thing with regard to art.
So you have to review the application, the moratorium's complete, and it's under your purview to review applications that come within the district. So despite that it's in its draft form, you still have the draft form to work from, and I don't really foresee any extreme changes to the draft when it comes before the planning board. So legal had stated that you understand how to regulate public art. You don't comment on content, you look at size, placement. So legal stated that you must review the application.
Okay.
Also, because we have an obligation, because it's within 48 days of the 45 days of the application.
I like it. I'm just wanting to make sure legally that we're not stepping into.
Well, we already have existing
But it's
guidelines.
not I don't know, I guess it's slippery slope. It's a sign, it's using their
Yeah.
logo. It's
Yeah.
really not a new art form that they're coming up with.
It's a crossover between the two
It's
things.
a little bit of both.
It's also lighting.
Yeah, but again, if we're fine, then I have no
think
problem.
that-
I wanted to make sure.
You did bring up a good point, because there is, the sculpture that was originally down, and was still down at the edge of the historic district, that was not, it was allowed for temporary, for the 375, I think, and then that other hummingbird thing down is still down there. So I think we do have to understand that this does open the door for other areas and such, but I think if we stay within the scope of scale and size,
Yeah.
whereas someone else couldn't put this down on Main Street because scale and size wouldn't be appropriate, whereas the harbor view, it does fit the size.
Here's my issue.
But if they,
And I brought this up to Cheryl earlier, and this opens up larger questions about authority and working with other commissions. We do have a joint plan with planning, right? And we've been discussing the new guidelines in order to add that into the larger page 46 of those guidelines. But in the meantime, we did give approval as our own commission. As I recall, we said yes to those guidelines, and we're just waiting on legal to give the final thumbs up. And we're waiting for planning to come together and join with us, and we'll put it into page 46. So my issue is, did we forfeit the ability to create our own guidelines because now we're in this world where we have joint guidelines with planning? Are we not allowed to say, hey, we approved this, so we're gonna use this? And the reason this is so important is because content, of course, is one thing. But then when you come back to the dimensions and the scaling and the guidelines that we have approved, if those are not in place, then as I see it, we do not have the authority to make any decision, because any decision we can be accused of being capricious. So by what guidelines do you say that this is okay, given these dimensions, and that this is not okay? So I'm taking the position, and I'm open to be corrected, that we did approve the guidelines
we did as a group,
as a group.
As HHTC.
And that's
the
therefore
last version,
And we went to, and we did go to
after
legal.
I don't think we did.
Yeah, legal reviewed the draft.
Yeah, and we approved that?
Reviewed the comments and you approved
Yes.
that draft version.
Yes, what we did was and actually you also sent me the tape to remind me of it, which is good. We agreed to send it to legal to
Right.
it was basically there and we
Right.
liked it.
Yeah.
Send it to legal if they had anything, and because we wanted to get this moving forward, it was unanimously, I think, agreed that I'd have a look and see if it needed to come back to to the commission or for the changes were so minor, I think there might have even been a typo in it, that it seemed, and it was legally advised, that we said, let's send it to planning because it's not final yet, that it goes to planning for there to review and then for us to all meet together.
But I think it's an important
We did
issue for
agree
us
with it,
because
yeah.
we may have another applicant in 2 weeks. And then another one
Yes.
after that, and another one after that. And so we need to be crystal clear on whether these guidelines that we adopted, regardless of legal giving us the thumbs up, are they effective or are they not effective? And that's a critical question, because if not, I don't think we have the authority to decide anything on art.
But
That's
we
the
do
reason why I
have-
asked the question, because I
But we
didn't
do
know.
have existing guidelines that are already solid, that we have, that can size, shape, and all that kind of stuff, that we can use
For art?
towards this. It didn't pertain specifically to art, but we had applied it to art in the past, but that's why we wanted that art page and the rest of it to be included, because we are getting more of those, and we wanted to have an art clarification.
So I guess my question to you, Corey, would be, where do we stand in terms of our authority right
Your
now?
authority is to review applications that come into the district. So this is your authority. You must review it. There's no moratorium. The guidelines are guidance.
But are they effective? Are they recognized as as our
The
guidelines?
draft you put forward is effective for you to review applications.
That's exactly the question I asked. Yes, good. That's good to know.
All right.
But we do have an obligation to address applications within a certain amount of time. And I apologize to you,
That's okay.
we're in the middle of some changeovers, let's call them improvements. So
I
we like to
understand.
dot our i's, cross our
I
t's, and make sure
understand.
that we're treating our applicants the right way.
Right.
We're just trying to clarify. I
As long as
think,
we're legally okay.
That's right.
yeah,
That's all I care about.
Good point.
yeah.
Good point.
So,
I have no further questions. That's the only things that I had. Oh, by the way, I love your oval sign. Any thoughts of putting that as your main sign instead of that big blue one in front? Just asking.
I would certainly consider it.
I think it's a
I'll add
snazzy
that to my
sign.
list for 2026.
It's a snazzy sign. Like when you look at it, it's like,
It is a
wow, that's
nice
very
sign.
cool.
No, I know, I agree,
it's a very nice
I
sign.
agree.
So,
There are other changes. I'll be back.
All right.
I like it, okay. So, we had the presentation, we've had questions that have come up, thank you so much, Neil, and for your patience on that. Are there any other questions on the presentation?
I like it.
I like it.
We haven't
You
gotten
know,
a
it's
vote
14
yet.
feet by 10, it's not tremendous.
Yeah.
Right,
That
You can
looks-
see right through it, and that's magical.
right.
Yeah.
All right, so if there's no other questions on the presentation, I'll open up public comment. There's nobody here for public comment, so I'm gonna close public comment. The next question is, what do you think about it? I think we've all pretty much voiced it. If there's no other deliberation, Corey, do you have anything else you wanted to say?
Nothing more than what's stated in staff.
And thank you very much for taking it to legal to get us some answers for tonight. I appreciate it, and please thank legal for us. All right, so on Cape Cod Maritime Museum, 135 South Street, Hyannis, map 326, parcel 061, with regard to the installation of a sculpture. Is there a commissioner who is, and by the way, everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4, everybody can vote. Is there anyone who would like to make a motion on certificate of appropriateness? Findings, oh yes, sorry, findings.
Can I just
Forgive me.
make a comment on
Sure.
staff, something that Corey says as noted in the staff recommendations, and we don't always read those out,
Okay,
so I don't know if the applicant knows either, so.
would you like to read this, please?
Yeah, it says, staff comment, staff finds the proposed sculpture generally consistent with the draft public art guidelines in support of the district maritime and cultural identity to ensure compliance. Staff recommends the following conditions. Applicants shall submit or clarify material specifications confirming protective finish suitable for year-round outdoor exposure. All lighting shall be static, white LED shielded and directed downward to prevent glare. With the CCMM flag shall remain non-commercial in nature and subordinate to the artwork. Applicants shall provide a maintenance and removal agreement consistent with the guideline in references 7BJ HHDC does not have an established agreement in place for use. Any proposed color changes or illumination adjustments shall be returned to the commission for review.
I like that.
So I think maybe might be important to have the
It is, and I'm glad,
applicant know what the staff recommendations are, because I read them, but I always assume someone's
no,
going
no,
to
no,
mention
thank
them,
you.
so.
So,
Suzanne, can I?
Can I ask a question with regard to that? Downward lighting. How,
That's just it, that's the downward, that's the staff recommendation that's in the guidelines. So we have the opportunity to not require that.
okay.
So this lighting guidelines would be for like streetlights or lamp lights in a restaurant
Alright.
or in a patio, so you want them downward. Whereas this one, there's no other light, but
Okay.
the staff report is just quoting the guidelines.
One other
Right,
question.
would you agree? That this is
Laura, she has another question.
One other question. Lighting throughout the year or limited?
I don't have a
I'd go
problem.
throughout the year.
I agree.
Throughout the year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm assuming, because this artist does these beautiful sculptures around Sandwich, that the material he's using can be, will stand up to year-round, weather
He has
conditions.
produced 125, and the oldest that are still existing have been there for 25 years.
It's not 26 years, though. But okay.
Sorry.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, we expect you to check out that 26 year.
All right,
And we
let's
wanna
hope I'm alive in
and
26
Kevin,
years.
we want to report back.
What?
So,
From my wheelchair.
yeah, yeah.
And again, it says here all white, but I think we all agree we're fine
Yes.
with the colors.
With the
Yes.
colors, because we're approving the
Great.
colors, the application as approved.
Okay,
So,
great.
did we get them, would
And
somebody
I
like?
just wanted
Sure.
to note, this is the first time that staff has taken these new guidelines and incorporated them into a project, and
Well done,
I think it's very well done.
thank you.
Actually, Corey's been doing very good, a great job with staff guidelines since he's been
I would say so.
with us. I mean, he's been taking pieces of the actual guidelines and throwing them in so we can see them as we're looking at the project. You've done a great job with that, you really have.
And we appreciate it very much.
Okay.
All right, do we have a motion on the, motion on the findings?
Yeah, I will. I move that the commission find the application to be compatible with the preservation and protection of the district, following staff's guidelines, comments. Can you-
Yeah,
can you have that?
and pertinent
And
things.
allowing the sculpture to be lit year-round.
But be careful with following staff, because staff says white lights and down, so we considered those. I wouldn't put that as part of the
Yeah,
certificate.
so per recommendations by the commission.
Approved,
yeah.
approved recommendations following some guidelines.
Okay.
Okay,
Staff guidelines.
so are you okay with that? Because it's your
Yep.
motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, you're up, Jack.
All right. Thank goodness.
No, you
Here we
take the
go.
vote.
This is on the findings. Everybody gets to vote.
All right. Conrad.
Aye.
Kevin.
Aye.
Laura.
Aye.
Tom.
Aye.
I say also aye. Chair, Madam Chair?
Aye, you get left out, Neil.
For Neil.
I miss you, Neil.
That's right.
Now you know what it feels like.
You know
when
what?
you
You're the
leave
vice
somebody-
chair. Neil.
I've done it before, and you feel horrible about it. It's nothing personal. All right, so would somebody, thank you very much, well done. Would somebody like to make a motion on a certificate of appropriateness for this application?
I will. I move to issue a certificate of appropriateness for the application of 135 South Street, Hyannis, as described in the submitted material.
Seconded by Neil. All right, you're up again, Jack. You're getting good at this.
Neil. Laura.
Aye.
Conrad.
Aye.
Kevin.
Aye.
Tom.
Aye.
I also say aye, Madam Chair.
I also say aye.
See, that was an easy.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
like it.
I invite all of you down when I flip the switch.
Awesome, thank
Yeah,
you.
let us know when that happens.
Let us know, I'd like to.
Yep.
Thank you
Now,
so much.
Thank you.
You took Elizabeth York's place?
I did.
Oh, okay, great.
And thank you for your patience earlier.
Oh, my pleasure.
All right,
We'll be working together on the harbor letters. I think we'll be working together on the harbor
I know
letters.
that, right.
okay, so Drive
Thank you, good
carefully.
evening.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
I don't think there's anything on matters not reasonably anticipated by the chair, if nobody else has anything on that.
I would,
Now-
if you don't mind, I would like to just, I would like to recognize the service of Matt Clark, who is no longer part of the board, who resigned his seat of the board. I wanted to say thank you to him for all the work he did with us, and we wish him well.
I think we actually did that in the last meeting, but I think it's great
I don't
to do
think
it
so.
twice.
It's the first time I heard
No,
him
we
do
didn't?
it.
Okay, in that case, absolutely. Everybody, I think we should. Well done, Matt, and we wish you all the best. I thought we did, okay. Thank you, Kevin. That's something that should be said.
What happened
Oh,
to
okay,
this,
that's
what
what it
happened to
was.
this building commissioner?
Oh, we did it for Jennifer.
Oh, for three.
Yeah, okay.
Is he ever coming, or does he not like us?
He will eventually come.
He what?
He will eventually come, yes, he just,
Is it something we said?
nothing, no.
Tom's taking it personally.
He said something about that damn Darty. I don't know what that meant.
Tom's taking it personally because Matt sat next to him, so.
Extremely busy and trying to fit in the presentations.
We definitely wish him all the best in his future endeavors. And actually, Karen and I've just, I'm getting it confused with Jennifer when she had that left, that we did do that for her. All right, so draft minutes from October 1st, who was not there? Neil was not there, Conrad was not there. So is there a motion to approve
Motion to
those?
approve as written.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Jack, you're up.
Right. Neil.
He wasn't here.
Jennifer.
See
Call
how
on him when
tricky
you
this
can't
is?
vote.
You're gonna get replaced.
Conrad. Kevin.
He was,
Aye.
Conrad,
Aye.
Conrad wasn't there.
And I say aye, Madam
I
Chair.
would say aye. Not as easy as it looks, is it?
Give you a simple task.
Stick a fork in it, she's done.
Okay, the next HHDC meeting is set for November the 5th, and we have one after that on November the 19th. If we can make sure that we have, all right, motion to adjourn. Kevin and Tom, second, anybody?
Second.
Okay, Jack,
One more time.
Aye.
one last time.
One last time.
Move for unanimous
You
vote.
are
I thought we already
exhausting.
voted.
Move for voice vote. Can we?
Neil. Laura.
Aye.
Conrad. Kevin. Tom.
Aye.
Jack says aye. Madam Chair.
I'll
we
say
free?
aye, I'll say aye.
Are
We
on-
are
we on
adjourned,
camera?
thank you very much.